are not part of that coalition because we represent a particular type of politics.
Bubble bust on coalition of united political parties. 22 political parties disown alliance.
We have got a big hope of how via me we make a difference.
Countdown to Ekiti state governorship election. Political parties round off campaign with mega rallies.
The Almighty God will grant you all rewarding career in the bar. I enjoy all of you to make the best of legal profession.
New wigs join the Nigerian bar as 2018 call to bar ceremonies kick off in Abuja. And the Abuja light rail system kicks off in 48 hours. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Network News with me, Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. Dotun Oguyemi brings us developments from Lagos. Jumma Yusuf is in Maiduguri, and Asma'u Habiba Shagari joins us from Sokoto. Barely 24 hours after the main opposition party, PDP, led 39 others to announce the formation of an alliance referred to as a coalition of united political parties, 20 parties have distanced themselves from the said alliance. Timothy Yusuf now reports.
These are chairmen of 20 registered political parties, whom some of them are said to be amongst those that formed CUPP. They are meeting under the auspices of Coalition of Progressives Political Parties, which they say has a nationalistic approach to politics, with Nigeria as the project. This media briefing by this coalition is to dissociate their parties from the reported coalition championed by the PDP.
We are not part of that coalition because we represent a particular type of politics, which is in total contradistinction from the type of politics that is played in that coalition. We do not believe that our country should be governed by people whose only objective is to capture power.
We want Nigerians to note that our coalition is for Nigerians. Is for us to advance the cause of Nigerian. It's for us to see that we change the course of this country from impoverished nation, which our past leaders have put us. We have seen what they've done to this country. It is left for Nigerian to now wage. Do they want to continue that way, or they want to take a new route? We want Nigerian to survive.
There are two questions you asked. I was invited for the coalition that was called yesterday. Whenever you are joining a group of people, you have to know the purpose and objectives. One, we don't know their direction and objectives.
The coalition implores Nigerians to reject imposition from desperate political parties and rather vote according to the dictate of their conscience. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
I'm now joined by Mohammed Shitu Kabir, the national chairman of Advanced People's Democratic Alliance, APDA, to speak on issues and developments from the coalition. Malam Mohammed Shitu, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
Let's get it straight. Was your party part of the MOU that was signed on Tuesday?
It can never be, because ours is for the betterment, deepening Nigerian democracy, and making sure that we live what we call nascent democracy to democratic nation, where economic will be the bane of our future campaigns.
Then why was your party's name featured amongst the 30 political parties that were said to have been reached an MOU?
They are desperate, and some of us are approached, and we tell them that, are we going just for one man show or for the country? And we have to choose the path of working for the betterment of the country.
What is now the position of the 20 political parties that came to disown the alliance pact with the PDP?
Our position is clear. We are telling Nigerians that that coalition of yesterday is not for the interest of the Nigerian people. It's for the interest of individuals. And they can see them. Nigerians have tested them. They are at their 70s, 60s. We are at our 30, 40, and 50s. They've tested them. We have seen what they've done to this country. What have they done since 1960 to now that they would not do, they will do again? We have seen it all. Why can't we change a new leaf? Why can't we start thinking, if a developed country like France, we see what Macron come to Lagos to tell our leaders, that enough for our leaders to say, let's promote young people that will be entrepreneurs, that will go out there. We have abundant natural resources. We are talking of one man in power. We are not talking of how to take this country out of the wood that we find ourselves. We keep on blaming ourselves. How, when, and which time are we going to stop blaming ourselves as a country? It is time that we, the country, the young Nigerians, want to change the course of this country. We are agrarian society. And you go to our rural area, no road, no electricity, and obsolete equipment are keep on coming to the country. Our roads are dilapidated. There's nobody to punish for those dilapidated roads. We, the young ones, are telling Nigerians that enough of us looking that way. Let us now look at a new way. Let us look at development. The developmental program, not for you to tell us that somebody has failed. What will you do in the developmental area of Nigerian society?
If you're not going with the pact with the PDP, will you prefer to go with the APC?
We weigh option when we are to cross the river. We have government that is working. Why we will weigh it. If he do good, we follow him. We are telling Nigerians that coalition is not coalition for the betterment of this country. It's a coalition to look, because we are calling ourselves nascent democracy. 19 years of our democratic programs. What is on the table for Nigerians? From poverty, from impoverishment, is that what we'll be telling ourselves in each campaign?
Mohammed Shitu Kabir, the national chairman of the Advanced People's Democratic Alliance. Abda, thank you so much for coming to our studios.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Mohammed Shitu Kabir, national chairman of the Advanced People's Democratic Party, one of the 20 political parties that opted out of the alliance pact with the PDP on Tuesday. Moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari has strongly advised the people of Ekiti State not to be deceived by the so-called stomach infrastructure, but work assiduously and conscientiously towards reclaiming their land and restoring their values for sustainable future. He noted that the only viable alternative for now is the return of Kayode Fayemi of the governing APC to power on the 14th of July. President Buhari was speaking in Ekiti at the grand finale of the APC campaign rally for the forthcoming governorship election in Ekiti State. Salih Abdullahi monitored the event and now reports.
The Oluyemi Kayode Stadium in the heart of Ekiti became alive as APC stalwarts and supporters in their numbers from across the country converged on the state capital to show solidarity to the APC governorship candidate Dr. Kayode Fayemi. Speakers give reasons why the people of Ekiti should vote for the APC's governorship candidate who had served the state in a similar capacity.
I decided
President Muhammadu Buhari was emphatic that his administration will not play politics with human lives and has shown commitment to developing infrastructure across the country, including Ekiti State.
May I again clear the air on the issue of herdsmen and farmers' conflict. Many politicians, in their mischievous attitude, have been blackmailing me and the APC-led administration, purporting that I have not taken any action on the issues because I am a Fulani man. This is a cheap blackmail. Like I said recently, the protection of lives and properties of Nigerians is my responsibility. This I have vowed to do and will stick to the oath of office, I assure you that measures are being taken to ensure lasting solutions. The whole country looks to Ekiti to do the right thing by voting for APC candidate in the election this Saturday, July the 14th, as you commence the journey to reclaiming your land and restoring your values. I present to you the APC gubernatorial candidate, Dr. Kayode Fayemi.
Other APC stalwarts, including the national chairman, Comrade Adams Shaman, national leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC governors, led by the chairman Nigerian Governors Forum, Governor Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara State, urged the electorate to conduct themselves peacefully, assuring that the process of reclaiming their land and restoring their values will enjoy their total support.
We have come to bring hope of how Fayemi will make a difference. Yesterday, I told the workers, I stand as a guarantor that when Fayemi comes to office, provided you vote wisely on Saturday, he will start by paying the salary arrears which Fayose refused to pay. Almost 4 years ago, that we are coming for change, and change we are making.
The APC governorship candidate, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, says a vote for him will guarantee renewed commitment to deliver change that will return the people of Ekiti State to the path of development. The event featured formal presentation of some PDP members, including serving members of the National and Ekiti State House of Assembly, who have defected into the APC in Abuja. Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Still in Ekiti, President Muhammadu Buhari says the governing APC will not do anything to undermine the credibility of the electoral process during the forthcoming governorship election in the state, saying the people's vote will count. The president, who stated this during a courtesy visit to the palace of Ewi of Ado Ekiti, however, made a strong case for the election of the APC candidate, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, with a promise that the Ekiti people will not be disappointed. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
It was a massive demonstration of honor and respect for President Muhammadu Buhari as the entire members of the Ekiti State Council of Traditional Rulers from across the state converged on the Ewi's Palace to accord him a befitting welcome. Both the chairman of the council, the Oloye of Oyo Ekiti, as well as the Ewi of Ado Ekiti, who spoke on behalf of the royal fathers, appreciated the president's visit and made a case for more federal government presence in Ekiti State, especially in the area of cottage industries for enhanced economic well-being and job creation. They alerted the president over the rising tension in the state as a result of the forthcoming polls and appealed to him to ensure that the election is conducted peacefully, freely and fairly.
We want this to continue before, during and after the coming election. And at the end of the day, whoever imagines our son will be praying here, Your Excellency, for that person that will emerge, that person will be a man after God's heart, that the man don't understand that will peace, progress in Ekiti, the man that will bring development to Ekiti, the man that don't understand that employment for all our youth that are roaming the street without job. This is our prayer, Your Excellency.
President Buhari, who noted the concerns raised by the royal fathers, said it is not in the character of the APC government to deny the people from exercising their franchise. The votes of Ekiti people, he promised, will count, saying, however, that they will be better off if the APC candidate, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, is elected.
I am appealing through you to the whole constituency Ekiti State to please elect Dr. Fayemi. Young, hard-working, intellectual, and great personal pursuit. I believe this constituency needs him, and I hope they will support me, and more importantly, they will
support him so that he comes back here and continue to do his second term.
Prayers were offered for the nation, its leaders, and a peaceful governorship election in Ekiti State. The president was accompanied to the palace by the national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, as well as some governors. From Ado Ekiti, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The All Progressive Congress, APC, says the party remains united under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, noting that the so-called reformed APC, RAPC, is not a faction of the party. In a statement, the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Bolaji Abdullahi, says the party respects the right of persons or person to join any association or group, and APC is ready to address any grievances of genuine members. Mr. Abdullahi advised aggrieved members to take advantage of the opportunity while the windows for reconciliation are still open. He further stated that APC is confident that no level of gang-up can make its government under President Muhammadu Buhari to waver in its promises to Nigerians to rid the country of corruption and improve the quality of life of generality of Nigerians. Meanwhile, the national chairman of the PDP, Uche Secondos, says the party has grounds to be victorious in the forthcoming governorship election in Ekiti State. He made the remark at a mega rally of the party held in Ado Ekiti. Kehinde Durodola reports.
The presentation of the party's flag to the candidate, Professor Kolapo Olushola, signals him as the flag bearer in the July 14 governorship election. National chairman of the party, Uche Secondos, told the flag bearer to go on house-to-house campaign for the party to win the election. He called on INEC and security agencies to be fair with every party for the election to be credible. The PDP candidate, Professor Kolapo Olushola, thanked the crowd and Ekiti people for their support for him since his emergence as candidate. He promised not to let them down if given the opportunity to rule the state.
We want to assure our leaders, the leaders of this great party, and the entire people of Ekiti State, that by the grace of the Almighty God, you are going to change the face of Ekiti. I want to be assured of adequate security.
Governor Ayodele Bauchi said he believes that the good work he started will continue under Kolapo Olushola. Reason he is calling on Ekiti people to vote for him. The speakers at the event solicited support for Professor Kolapo Olushola. The campaign team also visited traditional council at the Ewis Palace. From Ado Ekiti, Kehinde Durodola, NTA News.
And still on politics, Nigerian youths from across the federation under the auspices of the Buhari Youth Organization converged on the Eagle Square, Abuja, to endorse President Muhammadu Buhari as their sole candidate for the 2019 presidential election. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The Buhari Youth Organization was inaugurated to enhance, propagate and sustain the good leadership qualities and principles of their grand patron, President Muhammadu Buhari, for the political, social and economic benefits of the nation. This gathering of members of the organization signaled the commencement of mobilization campaign for vibrant youths nationwide to imbibe and promote the good virtues and integrity of President Buhari, as well as to mobilize their members and other Nigerians in support of President Muhammadu Buhari's re-election.
Why are we here? Why are we here?
We always want to enlighten them to shun those politicians that are always trying to use the Nigerian youth to cause chaos or violence in this country.
Other speakers say, over the years, the youths have been misled and used as tools by some political elites to destroy the nation through thuggery, terrorism and other acts of violence.
We use the youth to re-engineer your thought process.
You recall that before the coming of this administration, everybody in Nigeria that is a youth was too young to run. But now, this government is showing that the youths cannot be discriminated against.
The rally is expected to be held in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country and later in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory FCTA. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Time to take a break to bring you some messages. The news continues in just a moment. Stay with the NTA.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Adam, go and bring us your husband. Okay, hello baby. We're in this together, okay? Can you hear me? Keep coming forward. Wait, stop. You okay, lean to your right. Keep walking down, keep walking to the left. Yes. You're almost here. Keep going. You are here. Wow, you did it.
I'm just so glad I didn't have to use my cane to do this.
And I am so glad no other man got you before me. Let me be your eyes.
We will never stop working to give you a network you can rely on so you can enjoy life's special moments. MTN, everywhere you go.
The Federal Ministry of Information and Culture announces the postponement of the launch of the national campaign against fake news, earlier scheduled for Tuesday, 10th July 2018 to Wednesday, 11th July 2018. The new venue is Obasanjo Hall, Office of the Head of Service, Federal Secretariat, Phase 2, Abuja. Time 3 p.m. Please be punctual.
African kings, African stars, African heroes, African greatness, African legends. In Africa, our heroes are our legends. Daniel Amokachi, Sameka IV, Raji Jaidi, and El Haj Diouf. Mustafa Haji. Legends never leave the game. Experience the legendary game with Glow Data Unmatched. Glow, Grandmasters of Data.
As a result of recent road crashes and arising from the consultative forum organized by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, an all-inclusive action plan has been endorsed as follows. These include mandatory certification of all haulage vehicles, importation of haulage vehicles exceeding 10 years from the date of manufacture would be stopped with effect from 1st of January 2020. Tankers without safety valves and the required number plates will henceforth be disallowed from loading. The Safe Load program would continue to be enforced by the relevant agencies at all loading points. DPR, NNPC, FRSC, and other relevant agencies should immediately harmonize safety standards at all tank farms. Regulation on federal highway dimensions, weights, and axle load of heavy-duty good transport vehicles will be enforced. All stakeholders are expected to cooperate and do the needful. The goal is to ensure that Nigerian roads are safer. Boss Gida Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, announcer.
The federal government of Nigeria is hosting the 2018 African Export-Import Bank Annual Meeting and 25th Anniversary Celebrations. Expected at the events are several serving and former African presidents as well as political and business leaders. Chief host Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Keynote address to be delivered by His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, President of South Africa. Official opening address to be performed by Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, Nigeria's Minister of Finance. Date, Monday, 9th July to Saturday, 14th July 2018. Venue, Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. daily. Dr. Mahmoud Issa Dutse, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance. Announcer.
Sequel to the expiration of the deadline given for the payment of arrears of ground rents and sundry bills, the FCTA administration has graciously extended the period to August 9, 2018. All plot allottees, property owners, as well as beneficiaries of the sale of federal government houses in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, are advised to take advantage of this window provided by the administration to settle their outstanding ground rents and sundry bills, latest August 9, 2018. All concerned who fail to clear their bills within this grace period will have themselves to blame, as failure will attract necessary penalties for default, which may include revocation of such titles as stipulated in the extant laws. For further inquiries, please contact the Information and Customer Service Division, Aegis Management, announcer.
The National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies invite members of the public to its public policy lecture series with the theme Financing and Facilitating the Development of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Nigeria. The lecture is part of the Institute's mandates targeted at engaging and sensitizing the public on national issues with a view to assist the legislature in making informed assessment of government policies. Presentations will be made by the Africa Development Bank, International Finance Corporation and Development Bank of Nigeria, among others. Date 12 July 2018. Venue Senate Conference Room 022, National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Announcer Professor Ladi Hamalai, MFR, Director General, National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies.
Do you know that the Nigerian police now operates in the best international practices of policing? Do you know that the Nigerian police has been restructured to be more accountable and responsive to all your security challenges? Now, what the police demand from you is your trust, your collaborative efforts by providing necessary information about criminals and their activities in your neighborhood. Be vigilant. To achieve our creed as we promise, we shall police the country based on international core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principle of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption, and we shall make Nigeria safer and secured under the leadership of IGP Ibrahim Otum Idris.
Let the wind of change blowing across the country chase away crime for the benefit of our society. Yes, the Nigerian police says this change must come with peace and tranquility.
This message was brought to you by the Public Relations Department of the Nigerian Police Force.
Welcome back. Senate passes 12 bills, including the bill for an act to amend the National Broadcasting Commission Act. The bill, which originated from the House of Representatives, seeks to expand opportunities for the participation of Nigerians in the international media market. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko reports.
The National Broadcasting Commission Amendment Bill, already passed by the House of Representatives, received attention on the floor of the Senate. The bill is primarily aimed at improving global participation of Nigerians while breaking the monopoly of foreign cable networks that have no stakeholding on issues concerning Nigeria as a nation.
A bill for an act to amend the National Broadcasting Commission Act, Cap N11, Laws of the Federation 2004, to provide for competition in Nigeria and related matters thereto 2018 terrorism taken and passed.
The bill for an act to amend the Extradition Act, National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency were among the bills also passed. All the bills were concurrent. The ease at which the bills were considered attracted a point of order from Senator James Manager, who pointed out that the House of Representatives does not give Senate bills same legislative cooperation.
And now we are considering these bills. And the bills have not been referred to even the committee. Straight away we are considering this. We are cooperating with the House fully. But the House is not cooperating with us. We are all, so many of us are victims. Bills that have been passed here for 5 months, 6 months, they are there.
That will continue to work with the House of Representatives in matters such as this to ensure easy passage of bills that will serve the best interest of our people. And we expect that the House of Representatives will on their own respond and also reciprocate these gestures from the Senate.
Thereafter, a bill for an act to repeal the Police Act and to enact the Police Reform Act, sponsored by Senator Bala Ibn Allah, was passed at second reading.
To replace the current police force, which was conceptualized and established in colonial environment, more to protect the colonial interests.
Those issues that have not been captured very well can be taken on board when the public hearing is done.
The bill for an act to establish the Auctioneers Registration Council was passed at first reading. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
Issues of internal security took center stage again at the House of Representatives. Tuesday plenary resolved to establish an ad hoc committee to investigate the recent killing of 7 policemen by unknown gunmen in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Laimi Ali reports.
Representative Emeka Zubogu, in a motion of urgent public importance, said, according to information on the incidents, the police officers were outnumbered by the assailants at Galadima Junction in the capital city, scene of the shootout.
With sophisticated weaponry by the gunmen who also killed 9 civilians in sporadic shootings, including the driver of a known bread marshal.
After several contributions of members on the killings, the House suggests that constitutional amendments with regards to effective community policing be revisited. Also at plenary, the lawmakers resolved to investigate production volume, exchange rates used, as well as remittances to the Federation accounts by the NNPC from January 2018 to date, following alleged under-remittance for the month of June 2018.
A situation where many states, many local government that depends on finance coming from the Federation account will be a problem.
I was a member of the former committee, the committee that was set up in the 6th Assembly. The chairman of that committee, and indeed the members, should watch themselves closely, because what NNPC is used to is like they will be picking the members one by one. You know what I'm talking about. And by the time you come to the meeting, you start hearing different tunes. People will start speaking from different sides of their mouth.
In the meantime, the House has passed at second reading a bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act 2004, which seeks to review retirement age and tenure of office of rector to have them harmonized with those of universities. Tuesday's plenary also saw the passage at second reading of a bill for an act to establish Abuja Geographic Information Systems Agency. As the Committee of the Whole, the House considered and approved the report of the ad hoc committee which investigated the incidents of the Senate chamber invasion, part of which recommended the immediate suspension of Senator Ove Omo Agege for 180 legislative sitting days. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Legal practitioners have been advised to always uphold the principles of honesty, integrity, objectivity, and respect for the rule of law in the discharge of their professional duties. Chairman, Body of Benches Bashir Al-Hatu gave the advice at the call to the Nigerian Bar of successful candidates at the April 28 Bar final examinations. Chukunonso Mwabweze reports.
Having been found worthy both in character and in learning, as certified by the Body of Benchers and the Council of Legal Education, the new weeks took turn to be formally admitted into the Nigerian Bar as barristers and solicitors of the Supreme Court of Nigeria.
The rules of provisions that will guide you in the course of practice of legal practitioners, relations with the clients, relations with the other lawyers, relations with the courts, improper attraction of business.
My prayer for you all is that the Almighty God will grant you all rewarding career in the bar.
For the new lawyers, it is a dream come true, having gone through the rigorous process of becoming legal practitioners.
I will imbibe the spirit of integrity and honesty.
I want to make sure that I make a difference in society.
Some senior lawyers admonished their younger colleagues to guard the tenets of the profession jealously.
3 things: honesty, integrity, and hard work. There are no shortcuts in the profession.
Our people are not ready to condone any professional misconduct by any of the lawyers.
Out of the 1,562 new weeks, 1,550 were successful at the April 2018 bar final examinations, while 12 were from previous bar final examinations. In Abuja, Chukunonso Mwabweze, NTA News.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory will soon begin to enjoy the ride of the Abuja Light Rail with the inauguration of the rail system scheduled for Thursday, the 12th of July 2018. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, who visited the airport station at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, reports that preparations are in top gear ahead of the scheduled inauguration.
The airport station of the Abuja Rail Mass Transport System is already wearing a new look with preparations on top gear ahead of Thursday inauguration. Workers at the station were seen making frantic efforts towards ensuring timely completion of the work. While work in some offices are still ongoing, as at the time of filing this report, the airport station's clinic, equipped with modern medical facilities, is ready for use.
Well, with my men, we've completed some upstairs. Some you can see we are still they're ongoing. By evening, you can see us hanging all of them. By tomorrow, all said and done, we will meet the deadline given to us.
It is also the same scenario at the Abuja metro station as work is ongoing. The 3 stations that have already been completed and ready for service include Abuja Metro Station, Stadium, Kukwaba 1 and 2, Wupa, Idu, Basanjiwa, and airport stations. After the inauguration, passengers are expected to enjoy free train ride for 2 weeks. It will be recalled that the FCTA Minister Muhammad Musa Bello, in company of the Secretary for Transportation, Kayode Okpeifa, recently visited the production plants in China, where the coaches to be used are being manufactured. In Abuja, Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Datu in Lagos with stories from that zone. Hello, Datu.
Thank you, Kudu, for joining us in Lagos. The signing of the Executive Order 6 by President Muhammadu Buhari has been lauded by a cross-section of Lagos residents who see the move as a step in the right direction to checkmate corrupt activities, especially among political office holders.
Without doubt, corruption constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the well-being, national security, and economy of Nigeria.
Reactions have trailed the initiative of President Muhammadu Buhari in deciding to introduce Executive Order 6. The original intent of the order is to restrain owners of assets under investigation from any further dealing on such assets. A cross-section of professionals we spoke to in Lagos believe it would help in the fight against corruption.
I want to, let the people know that really corruption is bad in the society, and government is pursuing the right course, so that we must do things right, so that to get this country out of the present condition it is now.
So I personally believe that it's not enough for Mr. President to fight corruption. It has to be a general effort, particularly of government agents. There's need for government agents to be strengthened to be able to do their jobs, and particularly the EFCC.
If it's going to sanitize the system, I don't see anything bad in that. That will eventually give people opportunity to know that when they are in public office, they are in a place of trust. Therefore, they need to be very careful, be accountable to people, and be sure that the resources put in their trust is properly managed according to the rule of law and in tandem with the interest of the people.
This is the latest efforts of the government to give more impetus to the anti-corruption campaign. For the nation's aviation sector to remain competitive in the global market, stakeholders have opined that efforts must be made to reduce interface between passengers and officials of agencies at the airport in order to curb corrupt practices and also improve service delivery. This was the consensus of aviation stakeholders at a review meeting where they said complaints and feedbacks should be used to formulate customer-friendly strategies. Michael Olaleye has details.
The review meeting is a quarterly forum for evaluating contributions, responses and complaints from major stakeholders in the sector, with a view to improving customers' experience at the nation's airports. The managing director of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, who was represented, said the ease of doing business at the airport mandatorily emphasizes customer satisfaction, which can only be achieved when agencies with direct interface with travelers make quality assurance their watchword.
We need to be sincere in our various corporations in dealing with our final customer, who happens to be the passenger. If we succeed in making the airport experience worthwhile by performing our duties appropriately, then we shall gain their respect and our integrity will be improved and sustained.
The general manager, Savicom, at the airport said FAN has ordered for modern scanners to boost security. Other stakeholders dwelt on ways of improving customer satisfaction by building on the platform established with the feedback application inaugurated recently.
If you are traveling or you have somebody that has any issue, just go to the app, you lay your complaint. If it's something we've done very well, you applaud us. These are all geared towards serving our customers better.
The quarterly forum had representatives of all the agencies at the airport in attendance. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. More reports after this timeout. Please stay with us.
A famous boxer once said, "The fight is won once you step into the ring." It takes massive investment, dedication, never backing down. In 2005, Glo invested in the world's only privately owned undersea data cable, then connected this to its extensive fiber optic network throughout Nigeria, delivering flexible and affordable data and generous airtime bonuses for everyone. You see, it's not what you step into the ring with that makes you the master. It's everything you did to get you there. Glo Yakata. Get up to 6 gigabytes free data every month for 6 months and 2,200 Naira bonus for every 100 Naira recharge to call all networks where talkers and browsers live. The largest data network, Glo, Grandmasters of Data.
The National Assembly holds a public lecture to commemorate the one-year anniversary of the relaunch of the National Assembly Legislative Digest under the chairmanship of Alhaji Ibrahim Salim, former clerk to the National Assembly. Theme: strengthening legislative bureaucracy, the dangers of divided loyalty. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbanjo, Vice President of Nigeria. Guest of honor, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Bukola Saraki, President of the Senate, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Speaker, House of Representatives. Guest speaker, Asiwaju Prince Oluyemi Ogunyomi, former clerk to the National Assembly. Chief host, Mohammed Ataba Sani Omolori, clerk to the National Assembly. Date, Thursday, 12th July 2018. Venue, Ladikwali Hall, Abuja Sheraton Hotel and Towers. Time, 1 p.m. All invited guests and staff of the National Assembly are expected to be seated by 12:45 p.m. Yahaya Danzaria, announcer.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC cordially invites the general public to an awareness walk in commemoration of the African Anti-Corruption Day with the theme, Winning the Fight Against Corruption, a Sustainable Path to Africa's Transformation. The walk will involve AU Commission, youth organizations, CSOs, NGOs, NEPAD, international development partners, diplomatic communities, stakeholders in the fight against corruption, and all EFCC offices across the country. Date, Wednesday, July 11, 2018. Time, 7 a.m. prompt. Takeoff point, EFCC Old Head Office number 5, Formella Street, off Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent, Wuse 2, Abuja. Announcer, EFCC.
This is to inform the general public that the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, will perform the official commissioning of the Abuja Light Rail project on Thursday, 12th July 2018. Venue, Abuja Metro Station off Constitution Avenue behind World Trade Center, Central Business District area, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. Invited guests are to be seated by 9 a.m. Comrade Kayode Okpaifa, Secretary Transportation Secretariat, FCTA. Announcer.
A beautiful life and a great future is possible. Stand with Standards Organization of Nigeria. Avoid substandard products, electrical appliances with damaging effects, tires without DOT number, stuffed and rusty edges. They can cause accidents. 12.5 kg LPG cylinders used as camp gas is a disaster waiting to happen. Substandard cables can cause inferno. Other substandard products to avoid include batteries, electrical bulbs, iron rods, pressing iron, brake pads. They will only endanger our today and future. Join hands with with SON in ridding our country of substandard products. Don't buy or sell substandard products. See something? Say something. Call these numbers. Standards Organization of Nigeria. Improving life through standards.
Uh-oh, maybe he's not comfortable in his diaper. New Molfix Comfort Fix Flexible Side Bands offers freedom of movement. Molfix, happy today, happy tomorrow.
Not again. We had the same problem. Try new Molfix.
Molfix absorbs the liquid immediately, even under pressure. Molfix, happy today, happy tomorrow.
Come the last penalty kick. Can Lariat score and defeat malaria? And Lariat make history today. Lariat is set to take the final kick. He steps forward. He kicks it. It's a goal! Lariat has made history, striking out malaria.
Lariat, an anti-malaria drug formulated with artemether plus lumefantrine, a winning combination that treats malaria effectively. When malaria strikes, hit malaria back and hard with Lariat. Lariat comes in ranges of tablets for adults, disposable tablets, and suspension for children for easy usage to protect yourself and family from malaria. Hit malaria with Lariat today. Manufactured by S County Healthcare Limited and marketed by Farm Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor.
Welcome back. Federal government assures of boosting trade and economic activities as it strengthens strategies for economic growth. Let's join Pumplang Dakok for details of these and more on Business News.
Nigeria will continue to support efforts aimed at boosting continental trade and financial activities. Minister of Finance Kemi Adeosun gave the assurance at the groundbreaking of the Abuja Regional Branch Office and Africa Trade Center of the Africa Export-Import Bank. Leakatun Babatunde reports.
The establishment of the Africa Export-Import Bank, AFEXIM, in Abuja 25 years ago was spearheaded by African heads of government along with other support institutions and individuals for financing, promoting, and expanding intra- and extra-African trade. The institution, however, in the past 12 years kept seeking Nigeria's consent and approval to situate an office in Nigeria to cater to the needs of Nigeria and the ECOWAS sub-region. However, it could not get one until recently when President Muhammadu Buhari granted their request.
I think that's symbolic of the way this administration approaches problems and gets things solved. And I also think it's symbolic of what AFREXIM has been able to do in 25 years, to actually begin to break some of the trade bottlenecks and the barriers that keep Africa apart.
This journey of 12 years and more has finally come to an end. And I say it has come to an end because I've received the CFO.
Abuja and Harare have been prioritized as cities to build the first African trade facilitation hubs to serve as one-stop trade service shops offering a suite of integrated trade, trade financing, and trade information services.
Trading on the floor of the exchange closed on a downward note today.
The NSE All-Share Index depreciated by 0.60%. The total volume traded dropped to 230 million shares worth 3.76 billion naira, traded in 4,043 deals. Fort Oil recorded the highest price gain of 9.94%. It was followed by Custodian and Unity Bank. On the other hand, Mutual Benefits led the losers chart by 9.09%.
Professor Uche Uwaleke, Nigeria's first professor of capital market, gives reasons for the performance of the market.
Bearish on the back of uncertainties, headwinds in the macroeconomic environment, uncertainties arising from the delay in the appropriation bill. There is also the international perspective.
And that's it on Business News. The news continues. I am Muplang Dakok.
Let's now join Jummai in Maiduguri for more on NTA Network News. Hello, Jummai.
Kudu Abubakar, and a warm welcome to Maiduguri. Residents of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, have decried the temporary suspension of the ongoing continuous voters registration by the Independent National Electoral Commission, saying it will deprive mostly IDPs and returnees from exercising their civic responsibilities in the forthcoming 2019 elections. Maimuna Garba reports.
The continuous voter registration exercise, which commenced in April 2017, is meant for the registration of citizens who turned 18 years of age after the last registration exercise, or those who, for one reason or the other, could not register in the previous exercises. However, the Boko Haram crisis may likely affect the smooth conduct of the registration exercise, as the military is still conducting various operations in the theater, rescuing people from captivity and relocating many IDPs back to their communities. A cross-section of residents and stakeholders in the electoral process appealed for an extension of the exercise for Borno and other parts of the northeast affected by the insurgency.
In the case of Borno State, we really need to be given a special consideration, as it is a known case. Most of the IDPs have started returning back to their respective destination.
If need arises, we have to write to them officially through the party and the state government. At least we have to seek their assistance to extend the period in some cases, special cases.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, Borno State, says it is aware of the suspension of CBR but is waiting for further directive. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association (NAOWA) has presented relief materials to inhabitants of Tongashe village in Jere local government, as well as IDPs taking refuge in Kwandiga local government area of Borno State. Abubakar Mohammed Musa reports that the members of NAOWA were led on the visit by their national president, Kultum Tukur.
Presenting food and non-food items worth thousands of naira to inhabitants of Tungushe village, National President, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association Kultum Tukur saluted the people for their resilience over the years due to a series of challenges occasioned by the activities of Boko Haram insurgents in northern Borno, and reaffirmed federal government's unwavering determination at restoring lasting peace to northeastern Nigeria. Kultum Tukur commiserated with the people over the recent attack on the village by insurgents and challenged them not to lose hope, as the Nigerian army is re-strategizing towards ensuring the protection of lives and property of the citizenry.
The situation is a bit calmer, and that most of them have gone back to their houses, and we believe that by the grace of God, the houses will be built for them, okay, and then they will go back to their normal lives.
Similar relief materials were presented to IDPs camped at IBB Camp Konduga, where the NAOWA president charged the victims of insurgency to remain prayerful and keep faith in God. Station due to the potholes on 8. From Konduga in Borno State, Abubakar Mohammed Musa, NTA News.
That's it from Maiduguri. Mohammed.
Thank you, Jummai. Sokoto Network Center is where we go next with Asma'u as our guide. Hello, Asma'u.
Hello, Muhammad. Good evening and welcome to Sokoto. Sokoto State Police Command has arrested a gang of 3 men who have specialized in cattle rustling. Sheikh Muhammad Dati reports that 97 animals that include 35 sheep, 51 goats, 9 rams and 2 cows were recovered from them. The report.
Briefing newsmen on the arrest, the Police Public Relations Officer Sokoto Command DSP Kodilia Nwawe said the 3 men have specialized in roaming with their animals in the outskirts of Sokoto, thereby commanding other available animals to their own gain. 63 animals were found in their custody, out of which 20 have been identified by respective owners.
We're using this medium to talk to people in Sokoto. Please do not patronize people who you do not know where they're getting herds of cattle, rams, sheep, and cows from, because we will parade people who are receivers of these perishable goods.
Similarly, another gang of 12 suspected rustlers were arrested. During investigation, they confessed to have stolen the animals from Gumi local government in Zamfara State and the Bagi in Gada local government area of Sokoto State. DSP Kodilia Nwawe also presented a gang of 3 who were arrested in connection with kidnapping. They were arrested in Morona village and identified as those behind many kidnaps for ransom in areas of Braba, Rara, Achida, and its environs. In addition, Bala Abubakar has been arrested and identified as notorious drug dealer, arrested with 5 big cartons of different hard drugs in Sokoto. Sheikh Muhammad Dati, NTA News.
Officers and men of Kebbi State Police Command have been charged to redouble effort in addressing security challenges in the country. The State Police Commissioner, Kabir Ibrahim, gave the charge while decorating over 280 police officers promoted to the command and presentation of checks of over 11 million naira to families of the deceased police officers. Nuratan Kwakili completes the report.
The police commissioner said the promotion of the officers and presentation of the checks are part of the current police leadership effort to improve the welfare of personnel for optimal performance. He said the gesture is aimed at repositioning the force to contain the increasing demand of their attention to security challenges across the country.
And this is taking into consideration the sacrifice, the risk the police officers are taking daily in order to make this country safe and secured.
Alhaji Kabir Ibrahim said Kebbi State remained the most peaceful state in the country as a result of the good working relationship between the police, other security agencies and the public. Some of the beneficiaries of the gesture thanked the police authority for the assistance and motivation and promised to utilize the process judiciously. Families of 11 deceased police officers benefited from the IGP's family welfare and group life insurance schemes in Kebbi State. In Birnin Kebbi, Nuratan Kwakili, NTA News.
We'll now take another break for some messages. NTA Network News continues.
NTA Tuesday Live this week focuses on the new dimension in the fight against corruption, especially with the Executive Order 6 signed by President Muhammadu Buhari. NTA Tuesday Live, incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) has observed with dismay the proliferation of illegal conversion of buildings located within residential plots and diplomatic zones into political offices. This inappropriate conversion has jeopardized comfort, generates nuisance and traffic, and threatens the peace of residents of the FCT. The FCTA has therefore directed that all political campaign offices currently occupying buildings located within residential plots and diplomatic zones should quit such premises and relocate to plots designated for such purpose or use within 30 days of this announcement. Similarly, all persons or organizations that deface public facilities with posters and billboards of all kinds at unauthorized places are warned that they are liable to prosecution. Umar Shuaibu, Coordinator, AMMC for Honorable Minister, Announcer.
Whenever pain occurs, you want quick relief. Try new Nurofen Express. It goes to the source of pain and gets to work in under 15 minutes. That's why Nurofen Express delivers fast and effective relief. New Nurofen Express works at the source of pain. Fast.
Being a mom is great, but when your child has a fever, you don't know what to do. I trust Nurofen for Children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effective relief you can trust.
France has qualified for the final of the 2018 FIFA World Cup after beating Belgium 1-0 in